Hi, it's Martin and welcome to another video on my Knit365 YouTube channel. Today's video is a bit of a sit down and chat about what I've been working on. There is a new cast on, of course there is. There's a finished object, at least one, maybe two. I don't know if you've seen, I think you have seen the finish. So there's one finished object. We've got a deep stash dive, following on from a couple of videos ago when I said I'd start to grab some of my older whips and flash them and talk about why they're not really making much progress. So I've got one. And there's a story behind this one, which it fits two briefs for what I want to talk about. So yeah, it's hopefully going to be an interesting video. Who can say? I've got loads of stuff here. It is currently Bank Holiday Monday in the UK. It's Monday the 6th. I'm recording this. It's 1:15 in the afternoon. We've just got home from a very good friend's hen weekend. I think I've said before, our two really good friends are getting married. Very excited about that in June. I'm going to be best man. Mark is usher. So we had the hen party this weekend. Hen weekend, which was really lovely. I need lots of water today. I'm feeling okay. I'm just a little bit tired. So just got home. So I'm going to record this and then get this up on the YouTube and hopefully that'll be live with you Monday afternoon. So yeah, it's been a bit crazy. I've done some crafting. I've done quite a lot of crafting, I think, in the last week, but you will be the judge of that shortly. So if you are new here, welcome. These tend to be my weekly. There are a few weeks that I've missed, but predominantly weekly check-in with the things I've been working on. What have I bought? What have I finished? What have I started? What am I generally getting up to in all things knitting and crochet related? Sometimes spinning, not very often, but always kind of fibery related arts. So welcome. Thank you very much for joining me. If you are new here and you haven't yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It helps me to continue to grow my channel and meet new folks and let other people find me and watch my videos. It's free for you to subscribe, but it really does help me grow my community here on YouTube. If you are a returning viewer, hi, once again, thank you so much for giving me some of your time and being on this crazy fiber journey with me. I'm learning lots all the time and finding new things to work on and some things to give up on, and that's okay. And yeah, let's get started with, should we do finished object? Let's do finished object. I'm just gonna have some water. No, let's start with a quick notice. A few videos ago, I'm trying to find out but Mark's here as well, moving around somewhere, so you might see him. Let me grab the book. Bear with, don't make any noise. I don't know why I said don't make any noise. It's going to be one of those videos. So a few videos ago, I was really lucky to be joined by Woolly Wormhead, who is the designer. Say hi. Hi. You can't walk without paying the mark tax. You can't just walk in and not say hi.
I said hi.
Only after I prompted you. He's smirking at me now. A few videos ago, I was really lucky to be joined by Woolly Wormhead, who has written this amazing book, Short Row Colourwork Knitting. And I was very lucky that Woolly came to join me on my channel. We had a lovely chat about the new book and the concept behind it, how Woolly approaches short rows and everything. It's such a good book and it was such a fun hour for me to sit down and chat with Woolly. I was kindly gifted this copy of the book by Woolly's publisher. So I have my own copy. So the copy that I am ordering for myself, I said that I would gift that on to somebody who watched the video. So I've done the random draw. I have replied to the comment. So you may see this in this video that I talk about it now. You may get a notification. So the winner was Adele Porter 9817. That is the username on the YouTube. So congratulations to Adele Porter 9817. And you live in Australia. So I believe it's still the case. There's not an official distributor yet for the book in Australia. It's doing phenomenally well. It's almost like out of stock everywhere. And I think it's already in its second print run. It's like, I think Woolly's publisher described it to them as a runaway success, which is absolutely amazing. Hang on, bear with. Are you putting the dishwasher on?
I was just putting the jug in there.
Okay, can you not put the dishwasher on while I'm recording? Thanks. Only because you know it's going to go into a spin cycle at a precise moment in time when I need to talk to you. He's pulling faces at me now. I won't be long. Yes, so this is going to be the tone of this week's video because I've not really prepped this. I usually have a running order for things that I want to talk about. And this is why it's a bit chaotic. So there's no distributor yet in Australia or New Zealand, but absolutely, I'll put Woolly's details in the description box. Go and sign up to their website and newsletter and you'll get told when it's going to be coming. But Adele is a winner from Australia. So what I will do is I will order the copy from a UK distributor. There are a number of local yarn shops. Oh, thank you. He's bought me some squash as well. And when I say squash, for the non-UK, cordial. People ask me sometimes, I say, oh, I'm drinking squash. And then I get comments sometimes going, what squash? Cordial. Tangent again. I said that, so now I know that it's going to Australia. I will order it here to be delivered to me at home, and then I will go to the post office and I will onward ship it. I held off buying the copy until I knew who won, because if it was someone in America, for example, I could order it directly from someone in America, so that it would be easier for shipping. But congratulations, Adele. Thank you very much for watching the video, and thanks to everybody else who watched the video and commented. It was really lovely to see you all embrace the techniques and the patterns within the book. So I'm really happy to be able to gift this on to someone. So Adele, please reply to that comment and pop me an email and we'll arrange to chat and I'll get your book off to you as soon as I can. So there we go. That's that parish notice done. I have one more. I'm looking here. We have Toft patches, and I move the tripod and I can't put it back down. So my frizzle chicken is still not finished. It's in the same position that it was last time. So I still need to finish the edging. But what I did finish is the doll along that I was hosting, the unofficial Toft doll along, where we were all making a doll pattern from the Toft doll creations, and those people that entered throughout March and April, I'm going to do a random draw to win some patches. I've very kindly been gifted a number of patches by Kerry and the team. So we've got some Ethel the Kiwis, we've got some Morag the Coo. We've got a Wayne the Gotland Sheep. Harriet the Sloth. And Florence the Killer Whale. And also some Marie Curie pin badges. So Kerry and the team have been super generous in letting me have some prizes. So I've got everybody's names and I will do that draw separately because I was doing that over on Instagram. So if you did take part in the doll along, hopefully by the time this video goes up, some of you may have a direct message. I'll do a random draw to win a selection of patches and pins. So just wanted to mention that as well, if those of you that did take part in that, and a big thank you to Kerry and the team for gifting me some patches that I can use up as prizes. There were so many lovely dolls. I'll put the link in the description box again for the reel that I created. I managed to take pictures of everybody's doll and I've put them into a bit of a montage on Instagram, and it's really lovely to see the range. We've got some women made history dolls, some self-portrait dolls where some clever people have taken the basic doll book and created themselves. We've got astronauts, there's a crocodile suit, there's a bunny costume, an Easter bunny, as well as yeah, there's loads. Go and check out that reel below and see all the wonderful dog creations. So thank you very much again for everyone who took part in that as well. So let's get into the knitting. I think that's all the housekeeping out of the way now. So we'll do my deep stash whip because that's going to be frogged and destashed. It ticks 2 boxes from what we talked about a few videos ago, so we'll talk about that in a minute. Let's do finished objects first. So if you have watched a few of my more recent videos, you know I'm hosting I'm going to be holding a prize draw in June for raising money for the Terence Higgins Trust during Pride Month. And I'm making a number of items that I'm using yarn that has been gifted to me by some wonderful dyers and makers. And I'm making the items and then you can enter the prize draw. It's going to be a raffle online and then you can win the things that I've made. So last time I showed off this amazing cowl by James Makes Yarn. It's just the most neon, vibrant, crazy colours. And I love how the yarn pooled on this and we've got this spiral. I've also then cast on a second one. So this is using yarn that was donated by Dan of Boner Yarns. And this is the Kaleidoscope 2 colourway. And the pattern looks completely different. I love it. I love the way that the texture pops in a different way based on the colourway. So this is now also finished. And these are cowls. They're lovely. It's going to be really warm and snuggly. You can see I've just finished it. I haven't even sewn in the ends yet. So these two now both needs ends sew-in and then blocking. But I'm really happy with how they've turned out. I really love it. It's going to make a great cowl when it's blocked out. It's got this kind of flower, I don't know what it's called, like a star stitch. Yeah, star stitch I think it may be called, not a flower stitch. So we've got another finished object. So I finished that, which is really exciting. So a finished object for the week. And then a new whip. So again, linked to the Pride collaboration. So I'm making a shawl. I know, a shawlette. It's more like a scarf. So this is the Do Not Disturb shawl that was is a Louise Tilbrook pattern. Louise designed it for the collaboration that I did last year. So this is hold on, I've got it here. Right. So this is what it looks like finished. So you start in the corner, you do the increases to the middle, then you do the decrease. And it's a really lightweight shawl. I've been wearing mine. I really love it. So I'm making another one of those. And this time I'm using yarn by Marcus of Fiberpunk. And I had a skein of Marcus's yarn in my stash already. And it is Marcus's self-striping. It's the Progress Pride colorway. And I bought this during the Pride campaign that Marcus did last year. So it's wound up, ready to go. This is just 50 grams of it. But it will stripe through the Progress Pride flag. So I think there's 10 colors. But you can see red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, black, pink, white, blue, brown. So that's the Progress Pride colorway. And then this one is a new colorway that Marcus dyed up for me. We were chatting about whether to make the whole thing in just the self-stripe. So those colors will self-stripe, but of course, as I start at the bottom, the stripes will be thicker, then the stripes will get smaller as you get to the center and then back out. So Marcus said, I've been toying with the idea of doing something kind of rainbow pride colors, but in a speckle. What if we go for that and then we can mix and match? I said, that sounds like a brilliant idea. So Marcus then dyed up this one, which is called Sprinkle. Where's the label? There it is, Sprinkle. And yeah, so I'm making really good progress. I've done this this week as well as finishing that cowl. I can make quite a lot of progress when I actually just sit down and knit and not play on Instagram. I'm sure you can all resonate with that. But yeah, it's a really simple, it's a 9-row pattern repeat, I think, which you basically create these like shark's teeth edging. Simple garter stitch, so it's very, very rhythmic and therapeutic. Lovely little eyelet detail here, and then it's got an I-cord edge here. I'll pop the pattern below in the description box if you want to go and get the pattern. It's still available from Louise directly. But I think that's going to be a really cool addition to the Pride collaboration. So I am going to do it as a speckle and a stripe. So I've got this much yarn left to go. So this was 50 grams. And obviously now as I get, the more I go, the more yarn I'm using because the rows are getting longer. So every other row, every third row, you increase with the eyelets, which is where it grows out here. So my plan is to use all of this. I think on my one, I think it's 24 teeth. Mark,
Yeah.
how many teeth was it?
Sorry?
How many teeth was on that shawl halfway?
19.
Oh, 19. Save me counting in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm on 15 teeth already. So if it's 19 to the halfway point, based on the one that I've already done, I'm not far off getting this finished for the first half. And then I will break the yarn and I'll move into the stripe. So I will get that stripe in where it's the self stripe, and from the middle, the stripes will obviously be narrower. And as I do the decrease in, the blocks of colour are going to get longer down to the end. But I think that'll be really cool. And when you're wearing it, half of the shawl down will be a speckle and half the shawl down will be a stripe. Maybe that's the thumbnail. Sorry, I keep banging the needle on the chair as well. That's what the banging is. So yeah, I think that's going to be a really cool and such a vibrant piece for the prize draw. So thank you so much to Marcus for donating that yarn. And of course, I said before, to Dan for donating the yarn for this cowl, and to James for this cowl. There'll be a separate video with all the projects featured properly because I've got loads of other things to show off as well. So it's going to be a busy month of May to make sure that I finish my making. After I finish this, I've got another 2 things to do. It'll all be fine. I need my t-shirt out that Sandy got me. It'll all get done. It will do. Sleeping's overrated. We all like a stress knit on a project, don't we? So yeah, I just love this colours. I'm knitting it and I'm almost like, I don't want to give it away. I've got the other 50 grams though, so I might actually finish this and then make myself one, because I took the 100 gram skein for Marcus and I said I rolled this into, wound it into 250 grams. So I'm basically going to go until I use all of this up. So I think I've got 5 repeats left to go, but I might do a few more just to see. So yeah, it looks so good. And I think that's quite a lot of knitting for me anyway. So I'm hoping I'll have that finished this week. Now, that is an ambitious goal. The whole thing will be finished. It's brass band week and we're heading into contest week. There may not be a video next Monday. I'll say that now because I'm away in Blackpool. I know. If you're not from the UK, I don't know how to describe Blackpool. It's got a tower. Strictly Come Dancing, the Tower Ballroom. Traditional UK seaside town. Fish and chips, donkeys on the beach. I really love Blackpool. I think Blackpool can be a bit Marmite, and some people either love it or they hate it. I have fond memories of beach holidays as a child with my grandparents. They didn't drive. They would often take us away, my brother and I, and yeah, I definitely remember a few holidays in Blackpool going up on the train. So we've got a band competition in Blackpool this weekend. So we're going on a bus. So I think I've got 6 hours on the bus Friday and 6 hours on the bus on Sunday, plus then like hanging around time at the competition. So yeah, I'm hoping to be able to my plan was to not start this until the bus. And then varying reasons, this is why I didn't finish my frizzle chicken. I was like, I need a bit of a break from the edging. I know, I haven't knit. I felt like I'd done loads of crochet. And I love my crochet. I love my toffed animals. But I do think I'm a knitter who crochets. That's how I would describe myself. I've said this many times before. And I was like, I don't think I've knit anything for months. Like the socks were the last thing. I still haven't made any progress on the pink or the blue socks. They're in the exact same place as when you guys saw them 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago. But I need to knuckle down on these pride things. So I really like, I want some knitting. So I got this out last week and I started it. And there's something so nice about just mindful garter stitch. I'm sure that lots of you knitters can resonate with that. So yeah, my plan is to try and get this half finished this week before Friday. And then Friday on the bus, I will start the decrease section. And then by the time I get home on Sunday, that's finished. And then I've only got 2 hats to go and we're ready to go, plus all the other things I've got to show off. So that's my plan. So, answers on a postcard. Will this be finished this week completely? We will see. Yeah, there might not be a video because I'm away in Blackpool Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So I might try and do a little bit, or maybe we'll do a bit of an out and about behind the scenes at band camp. That when a lot of you loved that video when I did it for last October when we went to London and played in the Albert Hall. Because there'll be lots of knitting content. I can actually blog about my progress on my shawl. Maybe we'll do that. So there might be a video next Monday. We'll see. But I'm not around on the weekend to just sit down in the flat and chat about what I've been working on. So maybe we'll do a bit. I've got band every night though, starting tonight. So I'm a bit tired from the hen. And I've got to go to band tonight. And then I got band every night. I am off work Thursday. Oh, I'm off work Thursday, Fridays. Actually, I could film a bit Thursday, Friday. We'll see. Thought process. Right. Right. So, I think that's everything for my works in progress and that kind of stuff. So, what I talked about in a few videos ago was, I think I'm on 9 or 10 whips. I'm someone that I don't mind having multiple whips. At one point, I think I was up to like 17 or something, and it was a bit unmanageable. So I'm really trying to finish some things off. But what I'd said is, because I have a lot of whips, maybe we should do a bit of a whip deep dive, because lots of you here are new from the last few months. So you won't have seen, unless you've gone back and watched some of the really old videos, you may not have seen some of those whips. So I asked you guys to leave a comment and leave me a number. And the most popular number, I think, was number 5 when I skimmed through it. So I've got my 5th whip, but it's also one that I talked about a few videos ago when I said, I think I've got a whip that I'm going to frog and I'm going to destash the yarn. And I think I'm going to destash it as the jumper is. And it actually is the same project because this is whip number 5. So this is my Flax Sweater. And I'm kind of in two minds, right? Because I've done a lot on this sweater. Like, it's nearly a finished sweater. I've got about 3 inches left on the bottom. So I think I've got about 1 inch and then the ribbon. And the body's done. And then it's just the sleeve. So the flax pattern, it's by Tin Can Knits. And the arm then features this kind of garter stitch panel. So every other row you're purling, which gives you this garter stitch paneling. So I've had this on the needles forever. Like, I want to say 4 years, 5 years. I don't have the dates written down in my book. I've got my book with all of my projects in, but I don't have the dates when I started a project, which is something that I will now add. Although that then is a scary thought when you then look back and you're like, how old are some of these whips? But it's been on the needles forever. It is a woolly wool, and I'm making it out of Woolly Knit Crafts Aran. These are 50-gram balls. It's a British yarn spun in Yorkshire, and it is 100% British wool. So it is crunchy. it's absolutely fine. Like, I've got a t-shirt on today. I could wear this against my arms. It's not scratchy for me personally. I know natural wool can sometimes be quite divisive, and some of us are merino lovers and some really love the naturals. But a few things with this project. I don't think it's going to fit me anymore because I've lost weight. So it's already quite big. I need to work out, when I do the destash, I need to work out what size I'm making. But I don't think it's going to fit me. And also I just think when I started this project, I think, I was going to say fashion-wise, I'm not fashionable, but clothing-wise and the clothing and the items that I was drawn to then, I think I'm in a different place now. Now I'm very much I'm getting into like a brights thing. I've grabbed Mark's, I showed this to Gemma actually. This is Mark's Mild Mania that I made him. And I'm going to make my own version. Gemma's going to do a custom dye for me of a blue fade using her Stansfield colourway. And I'm going to make my own one of these. Mark and I are going to be mild twins. It's going to be so cute. If you see us at a yarn show, I'm going to make him wear his jumper. But I feel like this is more my style now. These are the types of items that I like knitting and the types of items that I think I want to wear. And I feel like this then is just, it's lovely and it's a lovely pattern and it would be a lovely jumper. I just don't think I would wear it. And I feel like I'm going to spend all that effort finishing off the body and then sleeve island, and I'm not going to wear it. And it's just going to be an item that will just sit in the wardrobe, and I'm knitting it to tick a box to say I finished it. And we should get, you know, we don't have a lot of crafting time. Our crafting time is precious to us. And I feel like we should be knitting things that give us joy. And I'm not sure I'm getting joy from this. This basically became my cinema project. So the body, every time we go to the cinema, which isn't very often, which is why I haven't made much progress, but I take it because it's knit on, I think they're 5mm needles. Yeah, 5mm needles. So it's easy to knit in the cinema. And yeah. So that's the sad story of my flax sweater. So in my bag, I've also got I've got 3 of these, and I want to say I've got some more of these somewhere. I think this is the bag I took to the cinema. I think there's another bag that's got a couple more skeins or balls of wool in. So yeah, I thought about frogging it, even just saying those words, like seeing how much knitting's gone into it. I thought about frogging it, and a few people suggested I was going to frog it, then destash the yarn, because I won't use that yarn now to make anything else. I just think it's not my style anymore, that colour, even though it's grey. Do you know what I mean? I don't think I would make anything with it. So I was going to destash it, and then actually a few people said, well, why don't you destash it as this? Because someone will want to jump, or potentially someone may want the jumper in that size. You know, worst case scenario, they can frog it. You can soak the yarn, it'll forget what it was, and then you can reuse the yarn to be something else. But someone may want it as that and know someone that would be a really willing recipient. They'll need to try and match my gauge slightly, but it's quite a forgiving pattern. I'm sure that it'll block out if it needed to, if the gauge was complete. And it's only the little bit, I said, there's only a couple of inches left on the body. So I think I'm going to put this at some point. It's an admin task to take some pictures. I need to get the pattern out, work out what size I was making so that I can put that detail up. And I need to just check how many of these I've got. And I can work out how much yarn I had. I want to say I had 15 balls. I bought this from my local yarn shop, and I think it was only £2 a ball. I think it was in the sale. And yes, it was, because they were selling it. I was like, oh, that looks really nice. I've never used that before. Wonder what it could be. Found the flax pattern, and then actually thought about it and was like, I could make a jumper out of that. And when I looked at how many balls I needed for the pattern, they had 1 more than I needed. So maybe I needed 12 and I had 13, something like that. So I'm happy. Like, I think I'll just destash it for like £2 a ball based on what I paid for it. I feel like that's an okay thing to do. So I don't know, like it'd be like 30 quid or 40 quid or something, and I'm just going to destash it. So I'll do it on Instagram, pay by PayPal. So if you might be interested, actually, feel free. I'll work out how much yarn it was. But if that may be of interest to you, please drop me an email, knit365@icloud.com, and we can chat. And I will also put it up on Instagram in a week or so, and see if I can destash it there. So that is whip number 5, but it's going to be frogged. I don't know whether I'm horrified or I haven't told Mark this yet, actually. Yeah, I don't know. Like now I'm talking about it loud. I'm like, and I just don't think I'm going to wear it. That's the bit. It's not going to live its useful life. It's just going to be something that I'm going to knit and it's going to sit in the cupboard and I won't wear it. So if you're screaming at the tally now going, what are you doing? Don't do it. Let me know if you think I'm wrong. But I do feel like I said, on the basis that it's lived its useful life, and I'm just not gonna, the fact that it's not jumping out of me, like I've got some long-term whips, Mark's jumper, they will get finished, they're beautiful. I just need to get my head into the right space to work on something really complex. But I know that Mark will wear it. I love it. It still brings me joy. It will bring Mark joy. That's very different with an older whip. This one I think I've just fallen out of love with. And sometimes I think it's probably okay to just say, I don't want to wear this anymore. And therefore, it's going. It's going. Done. Job done. I've decided. Yes, it's going. So let me know. Knit365@icloud.com if you're interested in purchasing the yarn and the finished jumper. I want to say it's a large size or an extra large probably. So it's probably a 44-inch chest. So yeah. Yes, I've made peace. It's going. Done. Right, so let's do this. Again, I really like that, chatting about an old project. So let's do that again. So I'm going to take that one off the list. So that is number 5, no more. So I think we agreed we were going to go up to between 1 and 7, because I think the more recent ones then you've seen, they're like socks and things. So if you want to see more whips in this style, drop me a comment with a number between 1 and 7, and the most popular one in a, maybe not next week's video, maybe the video after, I will grab the numbered project and we'll talk about it. I don't think there's anything else on my list that I want to frog. There's one that has a big error in it, and I didn't stop it because it's a big error. I stopped it because it was a lot of work. It's a West Knit shawl, but it's only a 2-skein West Knit shawl. And I want to say that's even older than this one. And it's got an error in it, which I was happy to leave at that point, because I was like, no, it's fine. It shows my growth. But I think I've since done 4 MCALs, and I feel like I could blitz that pattern. I don't think it would take me long to get back in the rhythm of it. And I'm partly now wondering whether I need to rip the error out. It's got a central spine. It's the herbivore shawl. It's got a central spine and the increases come out. And I did something funky with one of the increases and it kind of does this. But leave me a number between 1 and, I won't tell you what project that is. Leave me a number between 1 and 7 and we'll grab another one out of the box over there at some point. Right, so I think that's everything for this week. Actually, there was more woolly content than I thought there was going to be. We were driving home and I said to Mark, right, I need to record a podcast. I don't think I've done much. It's amazing though, actually, when you get into the minds where you start thinking about wool, you're like, oh yeah, actually, let me talk to you about this, let me talk to you about that. So I feel like I've done more than I give myself credit. So thirsty. Drinking alcohol is not big or clever. And I haven't drunk for a month because I'm still on my health kick. Literally did 4 weeks without booze and I timed it to the hen. I'm working with a personal trainer and I wanted to push myself because I felt like I did really well at the end of last year and I felt like I kind of plateaued for a bit. So we agreed some tweaks to my diet and my training, including no booze for a period of time. And I said, right, why don't we do 4 weeks that takes me to the hen do, which is what we did. But I haven't drunk for 4 weeks, so it was an interesting weekend. It's fine. So yeah, busy week for me coming up with lots and lots of band. I've got a couple of projects. I want to try and get my frizzle chicken done as well, just so that it's finished. I just need to do these edging bits. So I've done all the actual feathers. I just need to put the edges on. So that might be like when I get home from band, maybe. Each night I could do a little bit. We'll see. But plenty to keep me busy. So yeah, hope you found something of interest in the video today. Busy week for me coming up. I will be back next Monday with some form of wool knitting brass band crossover, if that floats your boat. I love the Blackpool competition. There's 3 sections, 20 bands in each section. So it's held in the Winter Gardens in Blackpool. And so there'll be like 60 bands all together. The atmosphere is amazing. It is a competition, but there's a big community. There's people you only see a few times. It's really nice. So I'm really looking forward to a weekend away at Blackpool and 6 hours of knitting, because I usually drive everywhere. Like I drive to band on my own, an hour each way. So I don't get to knit. I'm just in the car. It's kind of dead time. So I'm really looking forward to 6 hours on the bus there and back of just good old fashioned knitting. I can't wait. So thank you very much for being here and joining me today. I'm going to get this now hopefully uploaded to the YouTube, and you folks will be watching that now Monday evening while I'm out at band. So leave me some comments below about the jumper. Can you change my mind if I need my mind? I don't think I need my mind changed, and I think I'm happy, but let me know what you think about frogging / destashing. Leave me a number comment, and I'll be back next week. So thank you very much. Have a great week, whatever you're working on. It's been lovely to catch up and chat to you all today. So until we speak again, happy crafting.